I'm your daddy. I got your back no matter what. No matter what it is. If you tell me I got your back, but you never want to lose trust because as a man, it's your word. If your word is no good, you're no good. Hey there. This is Francois, the host of Love Speaks. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. I hope you've been enjoying the ride with Love Speaks because Love speaks what love is, whether it's culturally, spiritually, or currently. We are talking about what is near and dear to our hearts. Well, guess what? This is the month of June. And one of the things that we celebrate in the month of June is Father's Day. I am super duper excited about celebrating Father's Day. In this particular episode, we want to just talk about me as a father. This month is significant to me because if you don't know, I'm the father of two wonderful sons. And it's also within this month where I actually became a father. I have my oldest son was actually due on my birthday in September, but he was born prematurely and was born the day before Father's Day. I think that was just his way of saying, "Hey, Daddy, I love you so much, but I'm not celebrating every year with you. We can celebrate every now and then together." So he came the day before Father's Day so that every now and then, every so often, we are celebrating each other on the same day, which is Father's Day and his birthday. Becoming a father was life transformational for me. Like I said, my son was born prematurely. My oldest son was born prematurely, and he was born at least 3 months, if when you do the calculation between June and September, early. I remember during that time, my wife was a little distressed because my son came so early. But can I be honest with you? I was super, super duper excited to have my son in the flesh with me. My wife had the joys of carrying him in her womb and feeling the kicks and the bumps and the moves. But I had the opportunity to actually put my little finger upon his little body and communicate with him. He stayed in the hospital for 96 days. And during those times, I would speak over him, I would talk to him, I would encourage him, and I would pray for him. And one of the things I told him while he was in his incubator, I said, nobody will speak over your life except me. And I said that because I was speaking affirmations over him and speaking life over him. And the doctor walked in one day while I was there, and he said, don't say that. I was like, you're doing good. You're doing great. You're doing awesome. And the doctor came in and said, don't say that because you're setting yourself up. He said, because if he comes in one day and he's not doing well, you're setting yourself up. So don't give your hopes too high. And it was in that moment I made up in my mind, you can't speak, you can practice medicine, which is what you do, and I honor you in your field, but you can't speak over the life of my children. And I made it my business at that moment, and I told him I will be the one to speak over you. And that is the beginning, of my father's journey. And I tell you, it's been some ups and it's some downs, but I am just grateful. That's one of the greatest gifts that I have is God allowing me and to marry my beautiful wife and to produce children. And so to kind of kick this thing off, I am here with not my oldest son, however, but with my second son or my baby boy, and we're just going to just enjoy some conversation together. Would you help me welcome my baby boy, Chris? Hey, Chris, how are you?
I'm doing fine.
Very good, very good. I'm so excited that you are with us on today to for this Father's Day special to celebrate all fathers of the world. However, I think it's a good thing, when you grow up, and which you only have a few more years, you're going to have a job, and your job will be evaluated. They're going to kind of ask you, and point out things that you're doing well or not so well, and things that you can be improved upon. So I'm excited for this interview because I want to know how I'm doing as a daddy. I want to know how I'm doing as a daddy. So now, what is it like to you to be my son?
Well, to be your son, sometimes it could be like, oh my God, he talking again. But when you're talking to me and you like to tell me stories like about my grandmother and how she raised you, I like to talk to you about that because it kind of gives me a little lesson. And the fact that you're a pastor, I like the way that I have the title of the pastor's kid. So like they'd be like, "Oh, he blessed, he holified," and like, and I just love you. I just love you for the way you are, the way you raise, where you're still raising me to be the young man I will be.
Awesome. I'm honored to hear that. So that's what you young people are saying. They call you holified.
But they say, "Oh, you the pastor's kid. Oh, you forced to be going to church, huh?" And I'd be like, "No, well, yes, but I like going to church. Like when we had our pastoral anniversary for that first hour power, I decided to go to church because I just love church. And I led the praise and worship. I sung for the church. And I just like want to keep going on, keep going on, keep doing that.
Awesome. And let me also add that I am extremely proud of you as my son to see you grow up and to see you develop. And I tried to do my best to raise you guys as similar as my mother raised us, whereas she gave us the option. And I'm glad that you're choosing to be involved in ministry, involved in church, and you're utilizing your talent vocally. I mean, I believe you're doing an excellent job as a vocalist. I hear you developing, um, and then you're also dabbing into instruments with drums, a little bit of keyboard, saxophone. So, I mean, do you have any other goals musically that you want to achieve?
Well, not too long ago, I tried out for alto saxophone, tenor saxophone, and baritone saxophone. So, like, they're like different ranges. And so, like, right now for a beginning band, well, when I go back to school, I'm going to be playing tenor saxophone because in sixth grade, I played alto sax. So, I want to be like, oh, sixth grade, alto sax, seventh grade, tenor sax, and eighth grade, Barry.
Awesome. Keep up with it. I used to play a little bit of alto sax long time ago, and I don't remember nothing about it now. But if you keep up with it, you're gonna be excellent. But I love this. I'm excited to see you coming to your own, coming to your own. What's some of the highest points or some of the joys of me being your daddy?
Well, when we when we're at church, like for our pastoral anniversary again, that was a little while ago. I actually had a lot of fun just watching you and our silver banquet. We just danced, had a good time, and I just love the joyous ways that you make my day feel better. Like every time you get home from work, I like to I be sitting on the couch and I just stand up. I look at you And I'd be like, Daddy! And then that's just a little thing that we do. And then you'd be like, what's up, buddy? Well, really, that's the thing with me and my mom. Me and her, she was like, what's up, buddy? But we're supposed to be talking to you. We're talking about you. And then our thing is like, Daddy! And then I just love the reactions that you give me.
Awesome, awesome. Um, Another thing that I wanted to just, in a sense, ask you is we talk about ups. Now let's talk about what's the worst part, or not worst in particular. What parts that you would rather change about me in my parenting concerning you? Do you think I'm too strict? Do you do you wish I would loosen the ranks on some of the things?
Yes, but not too much. Because the middle school I go to is like a little further from my house. And I have to take the bus. But for after school programs, like for band practice, I remember during a little while ago, before the day before the tryouts, you were telling me that I should take the bus after, like, to go home. And I was like, no. Because that one time when you took me and you, we rode the bus so you could, like, show me the ropes and, like, show me the ropes and stuff. And so I could get used to it. But then I found out a way to get on the bus, dilly-dally, like all that stuff. And now I don't have to take the bus anymore. But when I'm at after school for something else, like maybe if I have like a detention or something or a band, my mother, she would usually pick me up. Or if I miss the bus, you would probably send me an Uber. And I don't think I'm that used to riding the bus, and I think that's just a little too big for me. Well, when I get a little older, that's when I think I'll be prepared for that stuff.
And so he catches the school bus to school, and I just feel like he's old enough to take the city bus home if he misses the bus or have to stay back. But of course, we're parenting together, my wife and I. So there's a differences of opinion. Nevertheless, we're doing this together. So I think you're big enough, and I think it adds some more responsibility. So that's if that's the worst part of my parenting, I think I'm doing pretty good. All right. So now, what is it like growing up in the house with your mom and I? I mean, with both of us having our status in education, our status in ministry, our status in community. What is it like for you, and do you feel pressured, or do you enjoy just being surrounded with that type of atmosphere?
I feel sometimes I can feel a little pressured because it's like, I got to do a real good job in school or something's bad going to happen to me. And I feel like when I get in trouble, it's like y'all tag teaming over me. It's like when I get home and I already know I'm in trouble, my mama, she going to be like, oh, did he forget you? Yeah, I just like the way that you speak to me before you actually show physical action. And that would kind of teach me a lesson. But every time you talk to me, I like to learn something new. Because it could start off like saying, oh, why was you using your phone in class? And then it could just turn over to another thing saying like, oh, back in my day, we didn't even have that. So we had to do this is that, da, 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 da. And then we had to grow up off of certain things. And then you'd be like, you don't even know about, what's one of those cartoons y'all used to watch?
Oh, yeah, we watched a lot of cartoons. Jetsons, that y'all don't know about. The Flintstones, Mighty Mouse,
Actually,
Felix the Cat.
I actually used to watch the Flintstones. At least YouTube shorts of Flintstones. Not that much though, But yeah, I know about some things as long as you tell me. And I was like, go in my room, search it up on my phone, and I'll be like, oh, that's what it is. And then I come tell you like, is this what it is? And then I just like the way you show me history, and especially for this month, it's gonna be Juneteenth, and you like to still tell me about my history, about how our ancestors had to like go through all that pain and suffering for us. And actually, I believe there's supposed to be something coming up soon for Juneteenth, but I don't know. So, yeah, I just like the way that you talk to me, the way you teach me, and I feel like you could probably be a good teacher and be good with kids. Almost be good with kids.
I could be good with kids, but almost be good with kids. Um, I wanted to ask you, how do you see yourself as a father? What type of father do you see yourself being? Do you want children? And how many children do you want? And what kind of father do you see yourself being?
Well, I do want children. I want maybe a good three, cause I remember you were telling me about your mother and your father about how if there was one girl, she got to name it. A boy, he got to name it. And then y'all had three boys. So your father got to name all three of them. So that's my plan for my children. And I want to name, if I have more than one boy, I want to name one of them after me. Or if I have twins, a boy and a girl, or a boy and a boy, I'm going to name one Christian Jr. and one Christopher. So I want almost everybody to name with a C that's a boy.
Interesting. You know, you have a cousin, or I have a cousin. Our cousin, his name is Chris, and
Yeah.
all of his children name are Chris, Christine, Christian, Christopher, Christiana, Christy. I'm just gonna make up all these names, but all of them names is Chris. So uh, that's exciting. Um, in today's society, most men don't really talk. And I think that's what this segment is really all about for Father's Day and for those who are watching, just to help create dialogue between fathers and sons. Because realistically, um, we need those discussions. We need those discussions. Um, but today, a lot of daddies and sons don't talk a lot. We can ride in the car for hours and never really say a word to each other. But you've always been that extrovert, and I've often told you that you're quite the opposite of me. And but I still celebrate you, your uniqueness. I'm naturally an introvert. I don't walk into spaces unless I'm invited. I don't walk into conversations unless I'm invited. I can stay in the corner and be quiet. I call him, when since he been born, my little politician, because soon as he was old enough to walk and talk, he would walk in the room and say, "Hi, my name is Christian. Hi, my name is Christian. Hi, I was like, he's on his campaign trail. He is introducing himself to everybody, and he's also always you always been so extroverted. Um, I didn't know we had children in our neighborhood because I go to work, I come home until you started going outside to play, and I didn't know. And now we have everybody knocking on the door, asking for you. How important is it to you to have conversations with me, and how important should it be for all sons to talk to their father?
For all sons, I think it's important to have a father figure in your life, or a role model that you could talk to, like a counselor, uh, a teacher, a friend, like somebody like that you could just talk to, like get some stuff off your chest that you don't want to talk to other people about. But like you're my type of person that I could talk to you about anything. And then if I get in trouble at school, I might tell somebody else before I tell you. And then eventually, because, like, I don't lie, but when I do lie, I want to tell the truth. Like, right after, I'll be like, no, I didn't eat it. And I'll be like, oh, wait, I did eat it. So it's not more of a lie. It's like a tell.
Yeah. And because, and one of the things that I've taught you, and especially within our house, trust is paramount. Trust is paramount. And I've always shared that with you and Cornelius to especially always tell me the truth. Because what you never want to do is lose my trust. Because I'm your daddy. I got your back no matter what. No matter what it is. If you tell me, I got your back. But you never want to lose trust. Because as a man, it's your word. If your word is no good, you're no good. So I appreciate you for being honest. And that's what I've always taught you, especially with me and your mom. Tell the truth even if it gets you in trouble. So you won't be in as much trouble because I celebrate your honesty, but I know where to correct that. But if we have to question your integrity, then we don't have nothing to go on. But that's one thing I appreciate about you. I appreciate you being honest and truthful. I appreciate you being honest and truthful. And I appreciate you knowing how to utilize it. Because I remember a time where you would volunteer information. And I was like, I want you to be truthful. But don't volunteer if ain't nobody asked you, push. But I love to see you growing up and you're maturing, because I remember times it was like, okay, don't tell your mama nothing. And as fast as I say, don't tell your mama, hey, Mom, I'm not going to say anything. And you're like, what? I'm not going to say anything. What? I don't have nothing to say. Okay, Daddy said. And it's like that doesn't help. But I love to see you growing up. I love to see you maturing. And I want to say that I'm proud of you, okay? I love this way you help out your big brother. I love the way you help out around the house. I love all the good things that you do. You help your big brother out a lot.
Oh, I thought you said that I'm a big brother. And I was like,
No, I was saying just you being just a good brother, a good son, and that's who you are to me, and I really mean that.
and I'm just grateful to have those things. Like, I'm grateful to have a sibling, because I know if I was the only child, I probably would have just been in my room. I probably would have just been like on my iPad all the time or on my phone. But ever since I have a brother, well, not ever since, I always had a brother, I would just walk in the room. I would just be like, hi. And I would just leave. I could do that about 2-3 times a day. And I just love him for that. Because, yeah, this is my brother right now.
Okay. So that's about our episode on today. So this is my oldest son Cornelius, and this is of course Christian. And so happy Father's Day to all of the fathers. Take the time to enjoy being who you are with the ones that love you. Thank you. You've been an excellent guest on our show, Love Speaks. Love speaks what love is, whether it is spiritually, culturally, or currently. And this is love in true life. Thank you for watching Love Speaks. And now don't forget to like, share, tag, and also subscribe. Hit the notification so that you can know every week when we're broadcasting a new episode. We want you to be a part. Share this with all fathers and even the mothers, so that sometimes they need to know that they play a very crucial role in keeping the bond between fathers and children together. Thank you for watching Love Speaks.